Hello, good morning all. Today in this video we are going to discuss regarding the Odoo SH platform provided by Odoo. So many of you already have used Odoo, but still many of you have already used Odoo SH, but still there are people who is not yet worked in Odoo SH and looking forward to know more about Odoo SH and what all features it has been provided. So in this video we will cover what is Odoo SH, how to create a project in Odoo SH and its different features. So we all know that Odoo SH is used to host the Odoo enterprise project. So before introduction of Odoo SH, normally to host the Odoo enterprise instance, what we have to do is we have to get a cloud provider from AWS, GCP, DigitalOcean, etc. Like from Odoo, we will buy subscription and we will set up and install Odoo in a cloud server provided by different providers. So in about 4 or 5 years before, Odoo has introduced its own cloud platform where we can host Odoo and use Odoo Enterprise. So we'll be talking about that Odoo SH. So the Odoo SH is coming with a charge for its usage. Similar, we pay for Google Cloud, DigitalOcean or AWS, we have to pay a fee for Odoo SH. So those details you can see in the pricing page. So before that, in the home page you can see the advantages or the features of Odoo SH. So here we have a short and quick summary of Odoo SH. It allows us to database replication, like we have a running database, and if I need to get something to test, like if I need to get a staging database where I can put, like I will get the live data but I can test on the duplicated copy, it can be done easily. We have staging servers, automated backup is there, automated testing is there, SSH access is there, DNS configuration is so easy, provided email gateways, 24/7 monitoring, etc. So we will see how we can work with Odoo SH. So if you need to start with Odoo SH, you should take a subscription from Odoo. That is, you have to pay Odoo and you have to get a subscription code to use the Odoo SH. So Odoo SH work with a GitHub account. So you need a GitHub account. So if you don't have a GitHub account, first you have to create a GitHub account using your email. So I have already my GitHub account logged in this browser. So if I click on sign in, it will automatically use that logged in account and redirect me to Odoo SH. So here you can see I have logged in. So if you are doing for the first time, it will be asking for some permission. You can just grant yes and go, and you will be reaching this page. So here you can see this is the first page where I can create the projects. So if you have any existing project, you can see from this page. So here I'm going to create a new project. So and here I can select which Odoo version I'm going to use. As you know, Odoo supports last 3 versions. So current version is 17. So it supports 17, 16 and 15. So once 18 is released, you won't see 15 over here, but you will have 18, 17 and 16. So here I'm going to use, like if you have already an existing repository, like what I can say, into your project, if you need to add some custom modules, and if you have already a repository containing those custom modules, you can select existing repository. Then from the drop down, you can select the existing repository from your GitHub account. So here I'm not going to choose existing repository. Instead, I'll create a new repository. So I'll name it as Odoo 17 test or Odoo SH test. I'll name it as Odoo SH test. And I'll choose version 17. Here I have to enter the subscription code. I have a subscription code which is partner subscription code of Valent Software Solution. So I have entered it over here. Then here you can see the different hosting location available. Here you can see we have Americas, Africa, Middle East, Southern Asia, other Asian and Oceania. So as I'm locating in Middle East, you can see the slowest latency. I have only 75 millisecond latency, which is selected by default. If you compare others, 170 to 300, which is, this is the Middle East is the smallest latency for me. So I'll choose this one. If you need to change, you can change the hosting location. So I'll choose with the Middle East. So this is like hosting location is for the production database, but the development builds, you can see the development builds will be hosted in Europe, Africa. So we have done with the initial test. I have given a name for my project. So if you are creating a project for your particular company, you can give the name of your company over here. Then you can set the version number, enter the subscription code, select the hosting location, then click on deploy. So once you click on deploy, what it will do is that it will create a repository inside my Odoo SH account. I will not save this. So here you can see, if I come back to my repositories, you can see it creates a repository called Odoo SH test, and here you can see initially the branch goes to under the development branch. So what I can do is that simply I can drag and drop it under the production. So I have just moved to the production, and you can see it will take a couple of seconds or minutes to install the modules. So here we have the logs. In order to access the log, I believe the first build has to be succeeded. So let's wait until this building is done. So this is our main branch. So you can see Odoo SH comes mainly with 3 branches. One is production branch, which will only have one database. Like we have only one production branch at a time for a project, and I can have n number of development branches where our developers can work on, and inside staging branches, like by default Odoo SH subscription comes with single staging branch. If you need more staging branches, you have to pay for it. So if I go to the settings and if I scroll down, you can see, yeah, here you have as a test subscription, like for my subscription code which I have used, it has 2 staging branches. So if you are taking a live subscription, you will have only by 1 staging branch by default, but you can increase it. But increasing the count will charge you some dollars. So what you need to understand is staging branch is chargeable. If you need to increase the staging branch count, you have to pay for it. So that's about the staging branch. So you can see still the build is progressing. So once the build is done, I will have a version Odoo 17 up and running. So I have created the project, and you can see the build is succeeded. Now I can click on connect, then it will redirect. So here I am getting something wrong. Don't worry, it happens sometimes. So what I can do in such cases, what I normally do is that I'll just adjust the URL. I'll put testing. From here I can change the URL of my project. I'll just click on save changes. Now it will automatically refresh. Now if I come back and click on connect, you can see it's loading. Just changing the URL worked for us. So once we change the URL, it got worked. So here you can see you will be able to register your database once you have installed your first application. Now this is a test database, and you can install the needed modules. So for example, if I need to install sales application or invoicing or accounting, I can simply click on activate to install the Odoo accounting in my database. So what we have done is we have bought a subscription for Odoo SH, created a GitHub repository, created a GitHub account. If you don't have a GitHub account, you have to create a GitHub account. Click on sign in button of the Odoo SH. Here previously we take odoo.sh. From there we click on sign in. Then we have created a new project. Then we have reached this stage. Like initially the main branch was in development. We just scrolled it to production. Then once the build is completed, we logged into database, and here you can see the accounting application has been installed. Now you can, like, it's like my live database. I can configure my things, like I can enter my invoice. For example, I have to create my customer. Before that, I have to set up the chart of account, generic chart of account. I'll click on save, so that chart of account will be set. Now I can just create a customer inside my database. I'll name it as odoomates customer. I'll click on save. Then I can do an invoicing for this customer. So I'll just create a customer odoomates product Odoo implementation. I'll create a product called Odoo implementation. I can enter its charge. No need of tax. Total is 2,500, and I can confirm the invoice. So what I have done is I have just created a live database and recorded a transaction. Now assume a case where you need to test something that you cannot directly do on the live database, because here we are entering the live transaction, so I cannot test something here. So what you can do in such cases, you can utilize the staging branch. So by clicking on plus button, here I can create a new branch. So right now if you jump into your repository, here you can see currently we have only single branch in your repository. Here what I'm doing, I'm going to create a new branch. Let it be test something. If you test something called test accounting, or I'll name it as test OM hospital. I'll give this name for now, or you can just give test something. I'll click on enter. So once you hit enter, you can see a staging build will get created. Similarly, a new branch also will get created in the Odoo SH. So here you can see a new branch got created in your repository. And what this process will do is that it will take a database copy from the live database. It will take a copy and give us a testing instance where I can do and perform any operation to test and see. So all the data will be coming here and it will be neutralized. You don't worry about sending emails or anything, like emails won't be sent, scheduled action will be deactivated, payment providers will be deactivated, and delivery carriers will be deactivated. Like you will be getting a neutralized database with the same data copy from the live database. So that's a big advantage of Odoo SH. So let this build be completed. And also here I have the main branch, and if you go to settings, if you need a custom URL, like, or if you right now my my URL is this one, you can enter any domain like odoomates.odoo.com. I can create add domain. Then if you go to browser and if you access this domain, it will be redirected to this Odoo instance. So I can use custom domains entering in odoo.com. And if you need to set up your own domain, here you can see how you can set up your own domain. So in order to set up our own domain, suppose if I have my own domain which is bought from any providers like GoDaddy, Namecheap, etc., what I have to do in such providers, I have to go to that DNS and I have to add a CNAME record pointing to this URL. So just if you have a custom domain, go to that DNS, create a CNAME record pointing to this name which you have shown here. Then if you enter your domain name, it will be redirecting to this instance. So configuring domain is simple and so easy, and using Let's Encrypt or Cloudflare, it will automatically create and use setup HTTPS for you. That is, SSL will be activated automatically. So that's another advantage of using Odoo SH. Configuring things is very easy. And here you can see on every Mondays, like Odoo code is getting changed. Like day by day there are fixes, improvements happening in the source code. So Odoo SH work like today is Tuesday. So if you check the Odoo GitHub repository, you can see a few commits which may be improvements, fixes, etc. And if you take for a week, there will be some commits. So those changes will be deployed to Odoo SH. Like it's like Sunday over the night or Monday early morning it happens. So weekly code updates is getting happened in Odoo SH. So we don't need to worry about the pulling latest changes. Just you need to keep the revision latest always. And in case if you need to go back to previous version, here you can see we have the date 06/17, 17th of June, 10th of June. Like we can go to previous versions. So here you can see something is coming in red mark because there is some security issues in those versions. So I cannot go to those versions. So we can change the revision of Odoo SH builds. So this is, I can change for the live database. I can change the revision. So if you need to test something and if you need to change it only for the staging branch, I can do it from here also. And behavior on new commits, what I have to do, update previous build, which is I have normally choosing, and you can just walk through this configuration. So the staging build is done. Now if I click on connect, it will be redirecting me to a neutralized database. You can see database neutralized for testing. It has its own URL. Now if I go to accounting, I can see the created invoice which I have created previously in the live database. So if I duplicate this one, I can test something. Also in staging database, I have created an invoice, but it's not affecting in the live database. So I can do anything to test out in the staging branch. So I just showing, you can see this is live data and this is the staging branch. So that's the use case of staging branch. Now if you continue, like in the, this is staging, and in the live database I have created a new customer called test123, added. I'm creating implementation for the newly customer, and if I confirm, so like this is live branch. So day passes, the data in the live getting increased. So you thought you need current data from live to staging. What you need to do, simply click on rebuild, which will fetches all the live data from the live database to staging branch. Just we need to click on the rebuild button, so it will bring. Now assume a case you have a third-party app, you need to test it out, so you cannot put directly into the live. So what you can do, simply you can add it initially to your staging branch, test that app with your live data, ensure that it's not blocking any workflow, it's not causing any issue. Just test it out in the staging, then you can merge it with the live database. So after the build is getting successful, I'll show you how you can add a third-party app to Odoo SH. So here we have the staging, and here I have the live database. Let this be completed. Now let's see, this is staging, and you can see in the main branch you have got shell. That's another feature, Odoo SH shell. And here you can see we can update an Odoo module in case if you don't have access to the database for some reasons, and if I need to upgrade a module, I can use this command. Or if I need to restart Odoo SH, I can just run it over here. Like this is Odoo shell, which you can make use of. Then what you have editor, Jupyter Lab editor. It will take you, it's taking to Jupyter editor, and here I can see, here we have backup. Then here I have my data, like add-ons, file store sessions, inside add-ons 17, and what else data. If I come back, source, you have Odoo community, Odoo enterprise, Odoo themes, and in case if I have any custom modules, it will be coming under users. So the source, and you can edit all the source code. Custom source code can be edited from here, like I'll show it later. And also you can restart Odoo from here. So this is the editor. Then what else, you have monitor. You can check your performance of Odoo by Grafana. From here you can monitor how the CPU is performing, etc. You can verify from here. You can see those details from here. And code profiling, if you need to do, you can do it from here. Then Odoo log. Whenever you get some errors, many developers may be asking, did you check the log? So we can just command here to check the Odoo log. Whatever happens, it will be logged here, and we can see it from here. Then the backup. Then another advantage of Odoo is we don't need to configure some automatic backups. It will automatically take backup every day, and we will have a backup here. So as I have just created the project here, tonight it will be creating an auto backup. Assume a case, I'm going to do something in my live database, and I suspect it can cause trouble. So if I have such doubt, I can create a backup here. Backup before data update. Backup before new data change, or something. You can put backup with current day, which is 1806. Backup 1806, create. Then if I hit create, it will create me a database backup here. And you have the upgrade tab. So currently we are in version 17, so we don't have a higher version to upgrade. Or if you are using version 16, we can use the upgrade feature and upgrade to newest version. Like we will upgrade the project to a higher version. So in case of custom module, we have to migrate the custom codes our own. But if you don't have any custom codes, etc., you can simply migrate using the Odoo migration service. Then in the settings tab, we have seen we have a revision. Custom domain can be configured here. Right now I'll just drop this, I don't need this one. So we have done with that. Now if I come back to builds, I have rebuilt the build. Now if I connect, or here already I have that build, so the URL has changed, that's why this is not accessible now. I'll close these tabs. Now I'll click on connect, and I'll be redirecting to current Odoo SH build. Now if I go to accounting, you will see the test customer which we have created in live. You can see test 123 is coming. So by just clicking on rebuild, we can bring the latest data from live to staging. Now let's talk about, I need to add some custom code. So here I have my GitHub repository and I'm in OM Hospital branch. Now either you can clone this repository to your local, then add the module using git commands. So here I'll just upload it from the GitHub UI. So here I have a custom module called OM Hospital. I'll just drag and add here using GitHub UI. I can upload. If your folder containing, if your module contain less than 100 files, you can import like this. If it has multiple files, you have to import with git commands. So it's added. Now I can give a command add OM Hospital testing Odoo SH. I'll give a description and I can commit directly to test OM branch. So once I commit code to GitHub, it will reflect in the staging branch. I'm committing to staging branch. I'll click on commit changes. Then you will see it will create a new build. Here you can see add OM Hospital testing Odoo SH, and by clicking on this button I can see the related code changes. What I have added, it will be showing here. So we have committed the source code and we will test it inside the staging branch, and if everything is okay, I'll just move it to the production database. So the build is going on and you can see you are getting notified like we have initiated a backup couple of minutes before and it has been successful. Now if you need to download, by clicking this download button you can download, or if you need to restore that build, like after backup you played with your live data and you see it's completely wrong and I have to go back to previous backup, you can just click on this button. So backup, and you can see this is getting updated. Now if I check the logs, you can see what's happening. Right now the logs is disabled during the build, so we have to wait. So let's wait until this, like there will be some test and all, so that has to be finished. So what we were talking about, yeah, you can see it has been finished. Now I just hit on connect, then you will be logged into the staging. Now you can go to apps menu and we have to enable debug mode. So I'll just go to settings and from here I'll activate debug mode, come back to apps, click on update app list, update. Then if you search for hospital, you will find the added application. So if I click on hit, it will install in the database. So here you can see it has been installed, and assume we have tested out and everything is okay and there is no issues. What we can do is that we have to merge. Like currently the code is available only in the staging branch, but we need it in live database. So you can just drag and put it over here. Are you sure you want to merge test OM Hospital into main? I'll just click on merge. I'm saying I need those code changes to my live database. So if you check the digital GitHub and if you refresh, if you check the main branch, you will see OM Hospital is added to the main branch. So I have tested it out in the testing branch, everything, staging branch, everything is okay. I have moved that code to the main branch. So it's coming here, like it's deploying currently in the live database. So if you go to branches, main, backups, you can see previous backup is completed. You can see download button is there, register option is there, everything is fine. So right now we are installing the custom module to the main database. So let me close all other tabs. And what else we need to discuss? Shell editor discussed, monitor we have discussed, logs, backup, upgrade, settings discussed. Now if you come here, you can see like the status, like if the system is down for some time, or you can see the Odoo SH status over here. Then in settings you can change, like if you need to change the URL, you can change it over here. And if you need to invite, like if you have some developers or project collaborators, you can enter their Git username and either you can grant them user role or admin role. Then what else? You can add submodules. You can here add submodules, and in case if you need to increase storage, we can do that, etc. So what else I have? By default, as I'm using trial project, like I'm using partner subscription code, that's why trial projects are limited to 1 GB in storage, and I can get my storage details over here. Then what else? Documentation, you can see by clicking the documentation link, status, build, branches. So, and in case if you need development branch test EE, I'll just put, you can hit like either from main branch or from staging branch. You can select here. Right now I'm selecting from main branch. I need to create a development branch. The number of development branch is unlimited. With it will comes with demo data. We cannot take live data to development branch. Development branch will always have the demo data of Odoo. Then in the testing settings, if you don't need to execute test, you can untick this one. What else? Yeah, so you can see we have created a development branch. So it will also create a branch in GitHub repository called test EE. So you can see that test build is like the production build is succeeded. There is no issues. In case of any warnings or errors, like for example, if I add some codes which cause some failures, the build will get failed and it will be not be live. Like in case if I add new code and something is wrong, it will go to second position and previous build will be restored. Or if you have some warnings, it will be showing here in a yellow color. So if you have some code warnings, it will be yellow color, and if the build is failed, the build will be coming as red color. So right now everything is good and green color. So I'll click on connect and I can install the OM hospital module here. So if I search for hospital, yeah, I have to click on update app list. So I'll go to settings and I'll just hit on update app list. Sorry, I'll hit click in. I'll activate developer mode. I'll come back to app list and click on update app list. Now I can search for hospital and install it in the live database. So OM hospital module is installing in the live database. So you can see simply what we have done so far is we have created a server, like it's a Odoo hosting, where we have set up Odoo Enterprise, installed a custom module. We talked about development branch, we talked about staging branch, how to set a domain name, etc. So this is the use of Odoo SH. So, and you can see if I need to delete, I'm thinking I don't need this branch, then I can just hit on delete from here. Then the staging branch will get deleted. You can see I have deleted the staging branch, and I hope it will be deleted from here also. You can see that branch is deleted from the repository also, and you can see you can just try out all those things. Now finally, as I don't need this project, I can simply drop this project from here. So this is all about Odoo SH. You can simply change the URL, go to home page, you can see all the details. So here you can see in the pricing page, features, you can see all the features of Odoo SH, pricing based on the number of workers. Like when you have a lot of users, you have to increase the workers. Then based on storage, it's like you can increase workers, you can change the storage how much you need. By default you can use shared if you don't need a dedicated server. Then you can see how much it will cost. Then either you can choose monthly mode or annually mode, and you can buy Odoo SH. So if you are interested in buying Odoo SH or Odoo Enterprise implementation, you can directly contact us, or you can contact us info@walnutit.com. So right now I have used the subscription code of Odoo Gold Partner in Kuwait, Walnut Software Solution, and using that I have created this test project. And in case if you have any Odoo queries or anything, feel free to contact us at odoomates@gmail.com, and feel free to connect us in social medias like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. So I hope all the discussed point is clear for you. If you have any doubts, just drop a comment directly under the video. We'll be trying to reply you as soon as possible. So that's it for the day. Have a nice day. Thank you.